Okay, the last you would have seen, I just installed the liner. So now what I've done is I've created a screed board that's going to allow me to screed from here, to the drain. Give me an inch and a half down to a half inch. The other boards that are right here just simply hold that down because I couldn't screw that in place and I don't want it moving or floating up. So those just hold it down. And then this is to stop my pond effect. So when I pour this triangle here, I'm gonna go across point to point here because I can stand right in here and reach it all, right? Once I've done that triangle, then I'll take these two sticks up and those three, and I'll mud the back side of that. The rest of this area right here, I can get from the outside, and I can also do the side walls here, right here and here by reaching in. So this is going to get poured. I've got mesh on the bottom and on the sides. On the sides, basically to give me a help in holding the mud vertically without a form. It's just going to grab it and make it stay there better than just putting mud on a liner. But I'm also going to be using a highly inundated fiber reinforced mix with additives. This is going to be very strong as our panels are. And then there's going to be mesh layers in this as well coming up on the sides. And you'll see me doing that here in a minute. But anyway, I've got it all prepared. Just need to start mixing some mud and getting it poured. So stick with me. Okay, just doing a little drawing here to show the framing, which is the orange lines. You can see the drain in the center. Then you see me put the liner on the floor, and that's 11 inches up off the ground. So as far as the height of the catch-all, then I pour the cement like most people do to level out or drain the actual shower floor pan, and that's where most people stop. Well, I'm adding the upper legs here to make this a pond, to where it actually holds water more than just draining it into the drain, but actually holds water. Now the dam is about 6 inches on this pond, and the walls are 11, but that's just where I'm at right now. Okay, I wanted to go over this Oakley drain. This is the part that we put on top of the liner, and we had silicone the bottom piece here, but this piece has a very unique design. The weep holes have this track that allow it to come from the outside or through the weep holes, and then it goes right into the drain. So this is now designed to allow water to go underneath between this and the liner and between the concrete and the liner. Here, but what Oakley wants you to do is to get this to your level, and in order to keep this weep system working, okay, to allow water into this area, they want you to put gravel around this. But I don't like the gravel. It's loose. And so what I've always done is I take the green kitchen pad, and they make them thicker, and you can get this material, but it's something you can see through to where the green, there's no way cement's getting in that. Now, again, not a heavy slurry, not real wet mud. We'd never want to do that anyway. I'm about to use fiber mud, which is really dry, and it's going to stop right there. Now, capillary action takes place in the shower, in the cementatious layer underneath the liner and on top of it, through it. Water's going to find its way to these weep holes, and it's going to go down. It's not going to stay in this area that you have. So again, this is the design of this, and this is what we're going to do. And I have to go in there now and look at a level. I want a 1/4 inch per foot running, and I think 48 inches is my longest run. So I'm going to have an 1.5 inch differential here, and I want to make sure that I got that. But once I find out the elevation of this, then I'll determine whether I need more of these pads or not. But I just simply trace it and cut it out and install it when I do it. You'll see me do that. Okay, this clip is just me showing you our fiber mud and how inundated it is with fiber. It's a polymerized cement composite that you can cut with a skill saw or drill with a drill. It's really not cement. It's cementatious, meaning it's got cement in it, but it's really not like a mortar or concrete at all. Okay, just starting out here by putting a little mud down. I want to work it into the mesh. Believe it or not, when you push it in like this, the mesh rises up and a little mud gets underneath. So I'm only doing the very corner. Now I'm starting to load a little bit of mud up against the form, the screed form, and you'll see me there just trying to knock that down to it. And once I've established that, then I'll come out towards the drain with just this corner. That's all I'm going to do right now is just establish it by eye. I'm not using a screed stick at this point. I will here momentarily, but now I'm just starting to rough in that elevation to the drain itself from the screed board. And again, in my particular case, at the drain, I've got about a 1/2 inch thickness. Up at the screed board, I have about, what is it, inch and a half. So I've got an inch difference in the longest run I've got. It's about 4 feet. All right, so that's got the entire back wall done. I even came around and did this corner and that one a little. So that's just going to dry now. I'll float this out one more time when I still can knee in here, knee right in here. My feet will be hanging over the dam, but I could still reach all these areas. So I'm going to smooth it out. But now we just got the narrow part to do. All right, guys, I got all the form stripped off and I swept it, cleaned it of dust and everything. But right now I'm getting ready to hydroseal this with 2 coats this afternoon and then one more tonight. So I'll have that done. And then I've made my red line for the first 5 foot of liner that's going to go up. I'll put that up, and then the 3-footer will go from the ceiling down, overlapping about 6.5 inches. This is going to come to within an inch of the floor, so I got like really good overlaps. But I'm going to wash it down real quick and oop. And if I get a little water on my wall, I don't really care. It's going to be open and it'll dry. I just want it to be clean because all that cement slag that I had from breaking off the top is dust, and that'll stop a bond in a heartbeat. That's the way a shower is supposed to drain though, guys. You can hear it and see it. It's excessive. It's more than a 1/4 inch per running foot drain, but that's what I did. Now I'm gonna let that dry. I gotta run to Lowe's because I got no more cement on site. I just had enough to do this. But anyway, I'll hydroseal it to show you that. Okay, so after I washed it down, I let it dry a little bit, and I just put on a bonding agent, which is 100% acrylic. And I've got this mixed up, which is 100% acrylic as Hydroseal. So I'm gonna paintbrush 2 coats on, one right now, and then one later this afternoon. But I'm coming up all the way to where I had mudded this. And my cement is made without sand or gravel at all. So, you know, the leaks or porosity comes directly from the sand or gravel, depending on how much aggregate you have in there. That's the culprit that makes porosity in cement. This right here, this cement, you could cut with a regular wood skill saw, drill it with a regular drill. It's a composite. And therefore it's watertight the minute we make it. But I'm redundantly adding 2 coats of a Hydroseal, which is even a tighter mud, so as I have a guarantee of no leaks. So you can see, got a really good coat all the way around. And this is a very tight, no porosity. It's really, pretty much it's an acrylic. And it is watertight. So 2 coats of it, I estimate it's about, I would say this paint job is probably about 40 mils on putting on the first coat. I put it on pretty good and thick, and then the next coat the same, and it's bulletproof. So I didn't really spend any time trying to get in that drain because that's going to be siliconed. And even if it leaked right there where the drain meets the cement, it's going down the drain. That's what it's designed to do. So it's not a real big deal. Talk to you tomorrow. Hey, just so you know, your little shower is all hydrosealed. Got a nice thick pond in here that's going to hold water redundantly above the liner. I'm happy.